Senator Fischer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Carmel, as you know, there are 3 programs that ensure U.S. flag vessels are available for the sea lift: the Jones Act, Cargo Preference, and the Maritime Security Program. What importance do you put on those programs?
All 3 programs are critical to sustaining the fleet we have now. They're not on their own going to help us grow it, but they are critical to making sure we don't go backwards.
Do you have any ideas on ways that MARAD could possibly improve on those programs?
Those programs themselves do what they're intended to do. The Maritime Security Program, one of the problems with the Maritime Security Program that we experience, and it's actually at the end of the day, it's also the Tanker Security Program, which is another one, rely on government preference cargo. At the end of the day, it's not about ships, it's about cargo. Our whole industry is built on cargo. If we don't have enough cargo, how many ships we have is irrelevant. And so we need to do a better job of generating cargo. Now, for the Maritime Security Program and the Tanker Security Program, we're talking about preference cargoes. There's not enough of that around really to scale either program. So we also need to find ways to generate cargo that does not come from the American taxpayer. We need to find, if we want the size of fleet that we are talking about, we are going to have to get our fleet back to carrying the nation's commerce, not just focused on the military.
Okay, in any potential conflict, though, our sea lift assets will be indispensable. So that we can take care of our forces, so that material can transit to the theater of operations. The ready reserve force fleet is a key component of our sea lift capability, but because of systemic underinvestment, its readiness has suffered. Would you agree with that?
No question. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Given your operational and your corporate experience, how can MARAD work better with industry to revive that ready reserve force? Does that go back to your cargo that?
Well, there are 2 programs in place right now. One is, which is still being, I guess, working through the legislative process, which is building ships for the ready reserve force. The other one is the buy used new ships. That puts a Band-Aid on the problem. That gets ships into the fleet relatively quickly. But there's still ships that sit at the dock and don't really do anything.
Do you think you would need any additional authorities to better execute that recapitalization of that force?
I would have to get in the building and understand what MARAD is doing on that now. But what we are doing right now is heading down the same path we've always headed down and got us to where we are today.
Okay, thank you, sir. The FMC has undertaken significant efforts to enhance port efficiency and has taken a closer look at detention practices. The FMC can play a crucial role in improving port operations. Ms. DeBella and Mr. Harvey have confirmed. What specific criteria will you prioritize to ensure agreements align with FMC standards and facilitate efficient freight movement overall?
I'll start this time. Thank you for the question. In regards to detention and truly any matter, I think taking, once confirmed and once I'm able to be briefed fully on many of these issues, I believe, again, going back to more transparency, understanding the realities of why certain cargoes, certain containers are left and are resulting in such detention and demurrage charges. I think uncovering really where the inefficiencies are, truly, and going back to what I had said before, looking at things systematically. Going back to the supply chain crisis, the issues at the waterfront, were largely contributed to the interior. So it's truly taking a very comprehensive look at every aspect of the supply chain and understanding exactly where the issue is created, and taking action in that regard. And it could be elsewhere. It could not be, maybe not in the interior. It could be far off in another 3,000 miles away in the ocean. But it's just really taken a very comprehensive look.
Thank you. Mr. Harvey, anything to add?
Thank you, Senator. Just to add to that, I mean, I am an investor in technology for the state of Florida, and I want to ensure that regulations that are coming from the FMC encourage innovation. Some of these problems, especially in detention, can be solved by, for instance, we invested in the last mile delivery, entity, and that is multimodal. So that's a ship, that's a rail, that's a truck. And so I think that if we can create fair and competitive markets, private capital is going to flow and help to solve some of these problems, whether it's fixing these types of problems or even the larger problems with port renovation and upgrading, which a huge capital lift there that probably is not just for government alone.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.